So it is, I think it's 7:30, and I am starting to whip my butter. As you can see, it's very solid. I like to start with the regular beater attachment when it's this solid, because if not, then you bend the wires on the whisk attachment. So I'll be back. Alright, so it is 7:44. I don't know if you can see. There it is. Alright, and I whipped this for about 10 minutes with the regular beater. It is lumpy because I just scraped the sides, and of course the butters will stick to the sides. So now I have the whisk attachment on, and we'll whisk it and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. It has been whipping for almost 10 minutes again. It is 7:54. So I'm going to try to scrape the sides while you're here, but I gotta pause for a second to get my spatula. I was not able to hold the phone, hold the bowl, and scrape sides at the same time, so I couldn't do it. There's nothing stuck to the sides, surprisingly, because normally mine has stuff stuck to all the sides, but it is extremely warm in my house today. I turned the air off this morning, so it's kind of warm. So I am going to put this in the fridge for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back. If you look at how wiggly this is, it shouldn't be this wiggly. So I'll stick this in the fridge and I'll be back. Okay, so here we are, we're back. It's been in the fridge for 15 minutes because, well, I'm making wax tarts and votive candles, so I am not able to just stop and grab it out in 5 minutes. Anyway, so now I'm going to scrape the sides before I start, but as you can see, there's no jiggle to this at all. So I'm going to scrape the sides and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, side scrapes. You can see it's rather lumpy and bumpy. Getting ready to turn the mixer back on and whip it up. It is 8:32, and as you can see, this is looking very, very nice. And it just occurred to me that when you do this, you want to get it to stiff peaks, which is what this is. I'm going to stir it one more time just to make sure that I don't have any crusty things on the edges, and to get it super, super creamy, and I'll be back. It is 8:44, and I am satisfied with the consistency at this point. I am going to go ahead and separate this so that I can add my fragrance. Okay, it's 9:04. 9:05, and I am finally done whipping. I forgot to add the tapioca starch, which I did while I was adding in the fragrance oil. The total for a 38 ounce of butter ended up being 0.22 ounces, which is very, very minimal. It's like a tenth of what you were adding. So I'm going to put this in jars and I'll be back. Just in case you were wondering how thick this really is, this is the consistency as well as is hanging on a spoon. So this is not liquidy at all. So it is 9:30, and I ended up with 6 of these 4-ounce jars, which, I mean, I knew I was going to get that, but there are 6 of the 4-ounce jars, and 4 of the smaller Dollar Tree little containers, and a sample. And I'm filling, of course, in my kitchen, and I knocked one of my little smaller ones off into my dishwater, which makes me very unhappy. But that's that. Hold on. These are the wax melts and votives that I was working on alongside this. So, alright. Hopefully that helps you. I would say that the problem is the amount of cornstarch that you're using. Get with me and let me know if you need any more help.